What's going on, fellow renegades, gamerheads, and anime nerds? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Raven37 Actual, and you can see what's on the screen. Therefore, this video really doesn't need an introduction, but I will go ahead and say that I've been putting this stream off because I know you guys know that I've seen this, but just to pay tribute to possibly one of the greatest musical stories that I've heard in my life that I can think of, I definitely wanted to react to it once, at least once, on this channel. So today we're gonna take a look at the whole trilogy of the Tale of Jenny and Screech. So this might be on a little bit of a longer side of a video. I will try not to pause too much. Add my peanut gallery shit when I can, but I'll definitely try to, since I've had time to since I've had time to watch other people react to this, I can add my own insightfulness to it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But for now, we're about to get it started. But I give you guys the Tale of Jenny and Screech. We just gonna start all the way at the beginning. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to pause too much, but I did want to point out one thing. Well, a couple things is that once again, Ren is such a master at setting the stage by performing this in the alleyway to help give us the visualization of what's going on, and also just the appreciation that he does all this shit in one take. And finally, was anybody else reminded of the part where he's doing the trumpet part with his mouth and he's playing the guitar? To me, it reminded me of like a scene from The Godfather. Did anybody else get those vibes from that intro? Please let me know in the comments. This has been like on my mind for real. And I need like either somebody tell me I'm crazy or for some validation. So let me know in the comments if that intro did not like sort of remind you of like a scene from The Godfather. That is all. We will back up and continue. I apologize.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech.
So we got this girl that we know is walking home late at night. It's something she does on the regular. I'm just pointing out the things we know at this point in the song. I'm going to react to it as narratively responsive as I possibly can. What we do know is that she's walked this way home plenty of times. Unfortunately, it seems like a pretty unfortunate existence, but she walked it plenty of times before. But I mean, it definitely sounds unfortunate because he said she wanted to escape, and can you blame her for wanting to? So she definitely doesn't. This isn't a situation she wants to be in. But she's walking the route she's walked plenty of times before, and she just gets a bad feeling. And I think everybody can relate to that. Sometimes you just know. Like one time, some crazy, like, childhood nonsense popped off, and one day I walked into a room, and the mood just shifted, and instinctually I knew something was wrong. It's the same type of vibe, but essentially motherfuckers were trying to jump me. But that's the long and short of what happened. But yeah, it was the same sort of just. Sometimes you just get a sense that even though things seem the way that they're supposed to be, that something just isn't right. And 99% of the time, I say listen to that thing. You're still alive for a reason. It's called survival instinct. But she runs into this dude who, he's in a different place, but it's not really far away because they both turn a corner and then they run into each other. But as soon as he interacts with her, his immediate response is to get aggressive. And he mentioned he's like, a liar and a thief and stuff like that, and he was 14 years old. So now we got a woman walking home late at night running into a 14-year-old, and now they're interacting. So let's see how that plays out.
Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, go? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
So there we have it. Jenny and Screech around the corner and run into each other, and his immediate response is to attempt to rob her, and she freezes up, which I think is a natural human response. Some people, it's like a fight or flight reaction, and some people just freeze up in those moments, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It just happens. It's our brains taking control of our bodies, which is something that you cannot control. But she freezes up, and he misinterprets it as her, like, I don't know if it's because he's like a little bit high or whatever, but he takes that as she's like not taking him seriously, but she's just like too frightened to move. And so it appears that he unfortunately stabbed her. A 14-year-old kid stabbed a lady. An unfortunate situation just for crossing paths. Talk about wrong place, wrong time. And just like Ren said, such a shame. Now we have Screech's tale.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow.
It was just something I noticed. It was just why he said he melted into the black night, that he was actually framed against the graffiti wall, and just the outfit he had on, it kind of camouflaged him up against the wall. So I thought that was a really, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was something I noticed because you could barely see Ren. So it was as if he had melted into the night. But I thought that was a really cool aspect. But yeah, at the beginning, he does such an excellent job of setting the pace of the song. Like just him playing the guitar without him saying a word, his intro from the stairs down to where he starts singing, it displays like this frantic pace of somebody who might be in a situation where they just rounded a corner, snapped, and then stabbed somebody and then freaked out. You know, like the way he's able to convey these stories, whether through singing or rapping or playing his guitar, is utterly fucking astounding. And I I just have a super duper appreciation for his music because of that. But we're gonna get back to the story. We've confirmed that he did, stab Jenny, unfortunately, and then he just dipped off. So assuming the high pitched guitar part at the end, well, not high pitched, but the fast paced guitar part at the beginning was like some kids running through the back alleys of the Britain streets, trying to find somewhere to go after they just stabbed somebody, which I feel like is super accurately conveyed in just his guitar playing, and it's amazing to me.
Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind, does away. Hey, babe, you in? Now, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
One interesting thing I would like to point out is that as you all, anybody who may be watching this video, as you all have probably done, I've watched many Ren reactions, and one interesting theory that I've seen, lobbed around is that when he called his girlfriend and she said she's busy, she didn't say I can't right now, but she said because she's busy is because Patrick is there. So that's just like, a whole nother layer of fucked upness that people's, imagination. But the fact that he created a story where we could posit just the simple fact that, is it possible Patrick wasn't at home because he's chilling, macking with, Screech's girlfriend? That's insane. This is a story created by an artist, and we're sitting up, creating subplots and stuff like that based off of his story. You gotta understand how amazing a piece of art is to inspire other people to make little pieces of art off of that art. You gotta appreciate that, right? Like, for real. No bullshit. We're gonna get back to it. I'm sorry for the little rant. Thank you for that hypothesis, though, that Patrick is at Screech's girlfriend's house. That shit's fucked up.
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have have you then? I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Damn.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Okay, there you have it. Jenny and Screech. 2 people who didn't know each other at all end up lifeless, lying 1 street apart. Extremely unfortunate situation, especially not just for Jenny and Screech, but for Richard, the officer, who felt like he was in danger and felt like he needed to protect himself with lethal force. So it's just an all around shit situation, but it's something that you feel like you could read in a social media. I'm not gonna say in the newspaper, because nobody reads the fucking newspaper anymore, but in like a social media post or on a news article online or something like that. It feels real. It sounds like something you might hear, and I think that connects to us all, because maybe you had a loved one or something that had a similar experience, or maybe you just are fearful of that type of thing happening to you that can have an effect on you as well. So just the way he portrayed everything, including the final shots on Screech by Richard, was just immaculately depicted between Ren and his cameraman, using the guitar as a gun. Like, people have covered it millions of times at this point. I've seen them react to that. The amazing idea, and to use the camera as to suddenly change to Screech's point of view and have him die on have him as the cameraman die on camera, it was genius. And I think it was really, like, the first time I watched it, it was really heart-wrenching, because the camera being Screech makes it feel as if you're first person, as if it's you. So you almost felt that, like, every time he pulled it, strummed that guitar and it thumped, he was like, oh shit, what the fuck, oh shit, I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, just once again, just a beautifully depicted art piece. I'm not gonna go on too much about it, but what we do know, 2 strangers, one 14 years old, confirmed, male, was high on marijuana, ended up attacking a girl first, killing her, then attacking a police officer who was forced to defend himself with lethal force, leaving the young lady and the 14-year-old boy a street apart, lifeless. Alright, so let's connect the dots, shall we? Uh, yeah, perfect. I just wanted to go back and make a point of like the look on his face and point out again the artistry of what he does in these one takes, like conveying the emotion of, as we know, this is Violet's tale, and he's in the bed in the hospital gown, so he's actually portraying Violet in this moment. And once again, the guitar intro, which I think, as just as my own personal opinion, I think it's the true definition of barcore, because it set the tone with just the opening score of him playing the guitar, and then doing the finger picking thing. Like, it totally encapsulates like what the scene is preparing you for. Like, it is definitely worry on his face. You can see that being conveyed in just him singing this part. But yeah, we're gonna see what Violet's deal is. We'll rewind a second.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
Alright, so we're in London, 2005. That's what we know. And the lady's in the hospital, frightened, scared, and doesn't know what's gonna happen.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet,
Hold on.
why are you lying?
That face right there, I don't know. It was something about when he was acting this part, I was creeped the fuck out. It was very much an accurate portrayal. So props to Ren for actually like not only having the rapping skills, the lyricism, the guitar playing, the singing, but he also is a very talented actor. So props to him. And then people were calling him like the Peaky Blinders guy and shit because of his scene, because of his face in the scene and stuff like that. But the way he acts out this scene is absolutely like mortifying. And the one thing they say it takes to be a really good actor is to play a bad guy really well. And he nailed it. So props to him.
Into me, Violet. She stays silent. Things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick knack, paddy whack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
So, as he did the riff going to rewind time when he was in the hospital room, now he's done the riff back the other way, so we know we've moved forward back into time, back into real time, and what's going on with the young lady inside the hospital. She was beaten by her boyfriend Stevie. She moved out when she was 16. So she probably moved in with Stevie, and he had a pretty narcissistic relationship with her, abusive relationship with her. And I'm sure that's something, to some degree we can all relate to, whether it's emotional, physical, it's whatever, just any sort of DV period. And, if you live long enough, it's poked its ugly head into your life, and it's not a pretty thing. So to have, turned something that is such a sensitive topic for so many people into an accurate depiction of not just how it looks from one side but from both sides, in my opinion, is fucking brilliant. It makes me feel bad, it makes me feel conflicted because I like the song, but at the same time I'm feeling for this person that is a fictional person made up in the song. But at the same time, you find yourself moving your head because the song is good, but then you're like, what am I bobbing my head to, right? Yeah, I think it was intentional, because it's a story, but it's meant to make you feel, and that make you feel, that it does. But we're gonna let him finish up, and let's see how this all ties together. We'll rewind it just a sec.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Yeah. So still, that's a lot to take in at the end, Um, just final thoughts, man. Like it's a lot to take in, just because okay, it was this whole mystery about like these two strangers interaction at the beginning of the song, and how it could turn into just two people dead laying one street away from each other, and come to find out that, you know, at the very end of the song, that not only are these people strangers, and not only was this some 14-year-old kid and some woman, but it was a 14-year-old girl. It was a 14-year-old kid and a 14-year-old girl, because they were twins. And you remember the call back to the beginning of the song, him talking about her walking. Is made pretty apparent at the beginning of the song. She's living a life that a 14-year-old girl should not be living. And that's probably due to the fact that their mother, Violet, passed away, giving birth to them, and they would not have been gotten. I mean, their father would have been in prison, so there was no way he would have gotten custody of them. So they probably would have ended up in the system, and thus they never knew each other. And once again, this is a picture that he painted using lyrics and music and his guitar that makes you feel as though it could have happened. And I do know that he saw a article about something that happened and was, you know, given the muse to create this, but at the same time, it's a completely fictional work as far as I'm aware. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe this is probably like one of the like Homerian epics of this time, or Shakespearean, whatever. Like, this is an epic, like, no doubt about it. Like, this song, this trio of songs is a story that probably should be still be being told 100 years from now, and I hope that it is. But yeah, and to call back to whenever in the beginning, in the first song, in Jenny's Tale, they died a street apart, side by side, so to speak, and they were born, you know, side by side. So it just the callbacks in the song are just amazing. The generational, the fact that Screech displays so much of the same traits as Stevie, and Violet and Jenny share the same traits as well, which kind of leads to their situation becoming a generational pattern, is also extremely apparent. And I think it's a call to, you know, try to prevent generational traumas from continuing to be generational traumas. So, once again, just an epic tragedy that was written by one of what I feel is one of the most creative artists of our time. And I am super appreciative to Ren, and I am super appreciative to you if you made it this far in the video. But that's all I got. So for now, I'm going to wish you guys a safe, happy, healthy morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is when you're seeing this. If you did enjoy the video, I definitely invite you to like it, subscribe, and you'll know the next time I drop another Renthology video, or a video game reaction, or an anime reaction, or what have you. But for now, wish you guys all safe, happy, healthy morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is when you're seeing this. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay frosty. I'll catch you on the flip side. Actual out.